Bhagwan. Let's practice together. We will start by tuning into our breath first with the Dirga breath, and then we'll get moving, and this will be about a maybe 30 to 35 minute session for strength and balance. And let's start by tuning in. Close your eyes. You can put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in and allow that breath to kind of float up all the way up underneath your collarbones. And as you exhale, chest sinks in, rib cage, and then belly sinks in. You don't have to be exactly in sync with my words, obviously, but when you're breathing in, let the belly and then the rib cage and then the chest expand as you're breathing in. There's a slight pause at the top there before you exhale. Chest sinks in, rib cage, and then belly. So nice, slow breaths. We'll breathe like that for about 30 seconds. Continue breathing like that. But you can let your hands come down to your lap, palms facing up. You can do a hand mudra if you like. Sit tall and have that Dirga breath going now. Even if your hand is not on your belly or your chest, still connect with that expansiveness as you're breathing in, and then relax and letting go on the exhale. Still sitting upright and tall. Bring your awareness now to your root chakra, Muladhara, and connect with earth for a few breaths. Maybe you'd like to set a positive intention that will run underneath your practice. Let's send that out on an Om, and also begin our practice with that sacred sound of Om. Let's chant. Om. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and a gentle bow. And we'll begin. Let's actually come to our hands and knees first. We'll do a couple of things on the floor. So you can be in your table position, curl your toes under, and scoop out your back and gaze forward. That will be your inhale, and exhale, press the tops of the feet down, and draw the belly button in and round your back. So you'll switch between those two. Arching inhale, rounding exhale. I use an Ujjayi breath for that exhale to really press out all the air. And we can do a couple of circles with your thoracic spine. Switch direction. Good. And then we'll come up to our down dog. So fingers spreading wide on the floor and lifting up. I'll show from the side. So when you come up there, alternately pedal down your heels, left and right, stretching out the back of your legs. And then switch a couple of times between plank and down dog. Exhale, go into down dog. Inhale to plank. And then hold that down dog for a moment. Knees down and sitting back down on your heels. But I would actually recommend that you curl the toes under here and get that nice stretch in the toes and also the feet, the whole soles of the feet. You can even wiggle a little bit. If it's painful to sit back all the way up like this, take some of the weight off by leaning forward, but still getting that stretch in the feet. Very good. Step forward on your right leg between your hands here. You can have the hands in the floor, or if you have blocks available, that's really nice to get a little sort of longer arms, and that way you can afford to come even more upright and have a really nice posture. Let's see if I can show from the side. So long spine there. Good, sinking down. And then we'll switch between these two shapes. Going forward and back. You're just gonna warm up the legs and open them up a little bit. Let's stay on the front end of that movement, that you hinging forward and letting the hips sink down. Good. Take a deep breath here. Sigh it out. Surrender. Downward. Heavy hips. One more deep breath. Excellent. Switch back to your hamstring stretch, the classic there, where you flex the foot. Now you decide how far forward you want to send that foot. If you're feeling warm already or you're really flexible, you might just want to go right ahead towards more of a, sort of as it feels like you're going to a split. But don't overdo it since it's a little early on. So somewhere where you feel like you're getting a nice stretch. I would inhale upright here and then exhale, fold over with a flat back if possible. Down. And breathe. You should try to really enjoy what you're doing when you're doing yoga. Like, don't make things that hurt. And allow yourself to feel like it's really delicious, like it feels really good. Let your body guide you. So there's never a competition with whoever's guiding you or somebody in the room, if you're in a class, or right now with yourself. Really allow yourself to listen to your body. Okay? Slowly bring that leg in. We'll stretch out the other side, the other leg, starting with this sort of low lunge here, but knee in the ground with the back knee, and go back and forth. Good. Another thing that's nice to do here is that you're not hyperextending in your arms. They're kind of just hanging on your joint there. Bend your arms. That way your arms actually get to work strength-wise, and you'll warm up in the arms at the same time. Stay on the front, sink down, surrender. Great. Hang out here for a few breaths. Relax your eyes, relax your neck, your shoulders. Another thing that you might like to have here is a blanket underneath your knee. And we'll hinge back, flex the foot, push that foot forward. Just as far as you want. Good. So you can do this video clip many times and see how you're getting more flexible possibly. You know, you can try different things. If I'm throwing out a couple of variations right now and you don't want to do them right now, maybe the next time. So I would sometimes do it this way. If I'm in a kind of a deeper stretch here, I can work my arms here. So lift the back knee off the ground and do this. So now you're really warming up your arms at the same time and really stretching the legs. So there's all degrees of or levels or whatever you want to call it of this. You can still be here and doing this flat back, right? So make sure it's yummy and delicious where you are right now, and that's good. Block under, like so. And slowly, somewhere around here, come back. Good. Back to your seated kneeling position here. We're gonna move the toes, or curl the toes underneath again, and then I want you to come up to a little sort of perch here on the toes. Good. We're going to hang forward with the hands and lift the hips up on an exhale. And then sit back down again. If you tend to get dizzy, this might not be so fun what's coming, but you can take it really slow. If you have high blood pressure, vertigo, or anything like that, this up and down kind of thing that's coming right now might not be for you. Maybe you're hanging over and rolling up instead and going down a couple of times. So feel free to modify a little bit, all right? So I'll show from the side. I'm going to do it like this. So this is a little more vigorous, just so you know. Okay, inhale and down. Maybe 4 more. And I like to hang over there and pull myself into the legs. Maybe you like to just hang out like that, or holding on and pulling. Slowly rolling up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. So pulse is up, warm, a little bit of a buzz, which is good. Let's come to a wide-legged here. Just go from side to side. Again, you have to pulse up from doing that too. But again, that up and down thing, take it easy if you're vertigo, low high blood pressure, anything else like that. Good. Or a headache maybe. Good. Arms out to the side. Let's just twist the arms here. Twist, twist, twist. And I'm going really deep down. My toes are pointing forward, feet parallel. Hold on the other side a little bit. So I'm getting a stretch on the outside of that ankle. Good. Let's go from side to side. A little slower. Down, 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 down. And then hold it on one side. We can actually turn the toes out on the bent leg. Good. So this is your left leg bending. Then reach with the hands for the floor. Flex your right foot and try to sit down for a stretch. Good. Breathe deeply. So I'm not sitting all the way down on the ground. There's space. You can see that. Good. And coming up, help with your hands. So inside thigh adductor stretching and a little bit of leg work. Going down as deep as you can with the foot still parallel there. To go deeper, it helps to turn the toes out and then flex the long legs, foot there, and sit down. Your hands are helping. Good. Excellent. Coming up, we can roll up, or you can do a flat back if you want. And inhale, arms going up overhead, nice sun breath. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Good. And then we're going to do it one more time where you're going to interlace your fingers for standing yoga mudra. So interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch the chest forward. And knuckles are really reaching down for the floor here. Flat back, hinging from your hips, lifting the arms up. Once you found your flat back, so flat back, you're really trying to not round. The mudra of the arms will stop you from rounding your back. So if this is all right, then you lift your arms up. And breathe. One more breath here. And I recommend keeping your arms high as you exit. It makes it more interesting. When you're all the way up right here, then release your arms. And you get this nice prana flowing in your arms afterwards. And then you can dance your arms back down. Let's get the legs together. Good. Let's do, you're standing on your right leg and smushing around that ankle over the toes. If that's not feasible, you can circle your ankle instead, up in the air. Other foot, round, or like that. Good. Step forward into your warrior one, right leg forward. I'm going to square off. My warrior one, Kripalu trained. My style is yoga prana shakti, but I'm definitely a Kripalu follower. Kripalu trained, Kripalu certified. And I really like what we have here, that there's a clear difference between your warrior one and warrior two. So the back heel is up, you don't see the heel down there. So you're squaring off your hips. So it's a clear difference between warrior one and warrior two in that way. Good. Roll your shoulders back and slowly lifting your arms up. And breathe. Let's breathe that one up and down a little bit. So inhale up and exhale down a little bit. Inhale up, exhale down. One more, inhale up, exhale down, and then turn that into your warrior two. So now the heel goes down, and we can do palms facing up. Good. Pull back in your rear side obliques, and relax the toes in the front. Hold it. Lateral angle. Great. Hold it here. Straight, strong line from your ankle bone up to your pinky finger, or go down deeper if you want. Coming back up, you can middle land on your elbow there. Good. Let's shift in the other direction. So actually, let's do a switch leg. Step forward, and for now, yeah, just switch legs. You have your left leg forward now. And we'll go up to warrior one. You want to lean forward a little bit just to draw that tailbone down a little bit, possibly. Lengthen the spine and come up. You decide the depth, obviously. It could be a little higher or lower. Breathe. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Great. And now turn that into your warrior two. Good. Heel is down on the back leg. Pulling back here. Turn your palms up. And hold it. Deep breaths, or dirga breaths, belly, rib cage, and chest. Lateral angle, elbow on the knee. Good. You just find the depth that works for you. And one side could be easier than the other or harder, so adapt, adjust. So you still can smile and feel this is a good thing. Get and breathing. Elbow back, coming up. Excellent. Let's stay on this side now for Trikonasana. So maybe just minimizing the stance a little bit, coming a little closer together. But just like warrior two, same stance with the feet, and we're positioning with the feet. A little bit of an angle on the back leg. And then when you've tilted a couple of times there, drop your front hip down. And remember, this is really not leaning forward. It's straight to the side. So you try to make yourself kind of like slim like that. So you're not tipping forward. Lift up a little bit, and then down a little bit. And note, I'm not hanging on my leg. It's the lower arm is free. Using your core to lift up. Do it one more time. Good. Coming up. If you want, you can just pivot around in the room. I'll switch my leg just because I want to face you. Good. But same thing there, tick-tock, your hips up and down. The stance with the feet or the footing is the back foot is turned slightly forward. The front set of toes are really pointing straight forward there. Good. And then when you found that, maybe there's a little hip pop there in the hip socket, tilt over with your upper body. Good. It's a stretchy pose, but don't think it only as a stretchy pose. Think of it also as a core strengthener, and you have to engage your legs at the same time. You cannot just hang back here in this front knee joint. Try to engage your quad. Good, going up and down. So feel that right here, lifting up. Good, come all the way up. Good. So now, let's face forward if you turn the other way. And we can use the right leg forward for warrior 3 that we're going to morph into Chandrasana. So Virabhadrasana to Chandrasana, the one-legged Chandrasana, half moon. You might want a block. You don't need to actually. You might want a block. Or if you're near like a little coffee table or a chair or something, you might want to have that. Something to hold on to, just in case. So from warrior 3, we're going to send the left leg back, and you're standing steady on that right leg. Fire up your glute and lift up that back leg. Try to not let it be dead weight. It's going to be just so flaily, and you want to engage the leg. So you got it. All right, so warrior 3, it could be arms out to the side if your shoulders don't mind, or if it's not too much effort, arms could go forward. I'll leave them here so I can speak a little better. So, good. Pull the shoulder blades together if they're out to the side. That's a nice thing to do. So, there's your warrior 3. You want to square off your hips if you can and fire up that glute. Hold it. So now that we're shifting to half moon, you can let your hand go down to the block or whatever you have, or nothing. Move really slowly. If you are trying it out with nothing, you're going to turn that upper leg, the airborne leg, the kneecap and the foot to the side. So flex that foot. That'll help sort of orient that whole leg. And then you're turning your body to the side, and the upper arm reaches up. It's trying to reach in all directions. So when you're here now, if you're holding on to something, connect really strongly to your core instead, and see if you don't need the hand on the block or whatever it is, coffee table, right? So you can practice building your confidence there. I'm looking at the cameras, losing my balance. So you're still there. Good, hold it. Great. So now to come back from here, it could be really interesting not to fall out like I just did, but to try to connect to your core again, square off and come back to your warrior 3, and then slowly come down. Whew, it's a lot of work actually. And your hip stabilizers and core. Good. And when you fall like I did, just smile. It's all good practice. Don't worry about it. Nothing has to be perfect about this. It's just practice, and it should feel fun. It should feel good. All right, so we'll do the other side. So again, warrior 3, transitioning to Chandrasana, half moon, this floor variation, or this one-legged variation, and then back to warrior 3. Good. So you're going to be standing on your left leg now, I believe. Firing up the glute, connect to your core, and breathe. Find your balance, roots down through the foot into earth, lifting that leg up. Remember, it's not a dead weight. It's a solid leg you're lifting. Arms where you want them, forward or to the side. You can fly here a little bit. Try to let the foot you're standing on broaden into earth, like don't clench with your toes. Let that foot be kind of broad. Now we're going to shift to Chandrasana. I'm going to use my block because I'm talking and doing all sorts of things. So, but you can try without the block. Great. So flex the foot back there and turn the hip open and the knee to the side, right? And then arm up. It is definitely easier to look down in the floor, so you can do that. But if you're kind of graduating from there too, you turn your gaze to the side. You know, and we're playing with whether we want that block or not. Holding it. And then square back. Square off to the front again. So take that upper hip and bring it down to facing the floor again. Strong leg. And then coming down. Come down slowly. Maybe you can even gather up to your core here to a crane, which we didn't do on the other side, but that's a nice way to end that. Bring yourself back into center. Excellent. All right, let's take just a deep breath in and sigh out. One more time. Good. Close your eyes if they're not already and just feel what your body feels like right now. Take a moment. Maybe enjoying the focus that you have on your body, your breath, your pulse, any sensations from that work you just did. Good. And open your eyes again. We'll add another balancing pose. Now we'll do both sides, just transition from side to side. So just one pose we're working on. So we're going to bring up the leg. You can stand on your, why don't you stand on your right leg and turn your left foot out to the side. And then we're lifting up, so like a crane pose, but the knee open to the side, or like a tree pose. Then bend forward, hinge forward from your hips, and bring your arms up front here. We're going to grab hold of the foot if possible, but you're going to move really slowly and see where you want it. If you're going to fall right here, maybe it's easier just to let go of the foot there. Either you grab hold of the big toe, or you can take the whole, the fingers wrapping around from the front underneath the foot. And now we're trying to kind of stand up here. Good. So it's fun for balance. It's interesting. And we're going to try to see if we want to extend the leg a little bit, a lot of it, or whatever. Just see where you're at and breathe. So it's fine if the pose is much more kind of contracted. It's kind of funky. It's like a Shiva pose or something. So there's no end goal. It's that journey. It's being in the moment. And breathe. Slowly transition out. Good. And let that foot come down. Maybe you want to shake out that hand a little bit. Other side. So when we come into the pose there, we're going to also try to find really good qualities. So when you come to the point of, okay, you have the balance, you're not overstretching the arm or the leg, it feels really good there. Then tune into finding those energetic qualities. Like it feels peaceful, it feels energizing, you feel happy, you feel like it's time, whatever it is. Try to find those qualities. Maybe one or two or three of them. So leg up. Find your balance. Lean forward a little. This is just to make it kind of easy and make it okay that maybe it's just here that you're ending up. And that's cool enough. Good. And see how you want to extend that leg maybe. And breathing. Now look for your qualities. Once you have balance and all those little safety checks in place, what's wonderful about being here in this moment? What is it that makes this particular moment special? Great. Hold longer if you like. If it's super yummy. Don't come out yet. Good. And take a moment to feel again. Just breathe. Find your Dirga breath. Excellent. Slowly come back down to the floor. I think there's a surprising amount of work that happens for legs, strength-wise, in balancing poses. Sometimes you're surprised, like, oh, I just did a lot of balancing yesterday, but the legs can definitely feel it. We're going to stretch out the quad, so maybe make sure you have a little, this is my favorite stretch for the quad, a little deeper one. If you want to do another one now, and not this one, go right ahead. But I like stepping forward. I just took my left leg forward right now. So left forward, I'm going to stretch the right side. So you're going to sink down here deep with the hips down. You don't want to be up here, high up, because then you're still folding right here at the hip flexor and the psoas. You want to try to sink down. If you can't lift the foot up, then it might just be all right to stay here. It's a really nice open stretch. We did this in the beginning, right? We hinged back and forth. So maybe that's what you're doing. Or another quad stretch. But the one I'm going to guide you to is this. To get the foot up, sometimes it's easier to walk around with a block or your hands and then come back again. Good. Keep pressing the hip down, sinking down, and then possibly getting that heel a little closer in. Good. So breathe here. Just breathe. If you're feeling really good with the balancing there, you're not going to fall. Maybe you're doing something with your arm, expressing yourself a little more, offering up your divine self to the universe like so. Yay. Good. But watch that stretch, that it still feels really good. You should be able to smile and enjoy it. Great. This is a good thing to do every day, especially if you have a work where you're sitting still a lot, or sitting on a chair. You want to open up that hip, stretch the quad. Good. So this side, same thing here. Sink down. Now left leg forward. We're going to stretch right leg forward. We're going to stretch that left quad and front of the hip. Sinking down. And remember, you could have walked back to get that leg if it's tricky. First and foremost, be able to sink down. If you, as soon as you grab your foot there, the hip pops up to here and you're doing this, then you're not getting a stretch in there, right? So just let go of the foot then and be here. And breathe. And slowly release. Really nice. Let's do a wide-legged as well. Get a little more stretching. So we're going to scooch forward. You can scooch forward as far as you want, as far as you can. You want to point the kneecaps up, toes up. Sit on a blanket. If you're rounding your back here, sit on a blanket so that you get that little wedge tilt forward in the pelvic bowl. Inhale, sitting upright. Exhale, flat back forward. Inhale up and flat back forward. Again, this is not, you don't have to have an end result in mind. Just close your eyes and feel. It should feel good. Even if you're moving like, 2 inches with a flat back, enjoy that. And then those of you who are like, or if you're a person, if you are a person who enjoys going really deep here, you do that. Good. I'm so used to talking to a whole class of people, so but when you're watching this, it's just you. It's just all about you, which is nice. Good. So just go to the depth you want, and then allow yourself to round. So when you reach your max for a flat back, go ahead and surrender, go into rounded. Your arms can be wherever, forward, underneath you, to the side, holding onto the feet maybe. Good. And slowly come up. Very nice. Let's end with a spinal twist. So either you have your legs forward, and most likely with everything that we've done so far, you'll be able to probably do one of these. So if you fold your left leg underneath and step over with your right, make sure your sits bones are down in the ground so that you're not tilting. If that's the case, fold out that bottom leg straight forward, all right? You're gonna take the opposite hand of that top knee, wrap it gently around, just gently to begin with. So don't go in with your elbow right away, because then your back is immediately rounded. You don't want to do that. So sit up tall, good. And then begin to pivot towards that thigh. Once you've come around a little bit, maybe you want to switch to another grip with your hand or elbow. We'll breathe here 2 or 3 breaths. One more breath. So let the arm come down. Keep lifting upward through the spine as you return to center. And we'll just shift the legs right away. You don't have to counter stretch because we'll do the full twist on the other side right away. So lift up tall, opposite hand of the top knee, lift up, and really use your exhale when you move into the twist, and think about turning, like twisting or pivoting on your spine while you're lifting up from the lowest part of the lower spine, or lower back, then middle lower back, and then upper lower back, lower middle, middle middle, upper middle, lower upper, and middle upper, upper upper, and then head turning. So you really take it bit by bit and keep lifting up. 3 deep breaths here. And now slowly release, coming back. And we will come to our end centering. Sit in an easy cross-leg position, or Padmasana, half Padmasana, whatever you're comfortable with. So don't torture your knees though, so easy cross-leg is just fine, or any kneeling position. All right. Sitting up tall, letting your hands rest on your knees or thighs. You can have a hand mudra that you might prefer, or palms open. Close your eyes. Find your Dirga breath. And then bring your awareness to your root chakra, Muladhara. And begin to send down roots into earth, into Mother Earth. Let these roots spread wide, grow deep into the soil, and shoot new shoots, and really make a connection with our planet. And when you do, when you feel like, yeah, I have hold of the planet now, offer up your love and your gratitude. Offer up your strength, your willpower, your talents. And then take a moment to receive back also what you need in this moment, right now. support yourself, your strength, your health, your happiness. Just breathe in and bring in whatever you need right now. Strength, comfort, courage, or just groundedness. And you can say thank you to Earth for that too, as you let those qualities rise up through the roots, filling up in your root chakra and moving up through that energy channel, passing through all the chakras. Let these energies spread out into all your cells. Open up through your crown when you reach the crown. Connect to the whole universe and to the Earth at the same time. Drop your awareness into your heart center now, and here, from this point, we can color our intentions that we'll send out on the sound of Om. We'll chant one Om and one Shanti. Deep breath in. Shanti. And letting go, trusting in the universe for some guidance and help. Let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts and gently bow to honor yourself as human and divine, and also to honor the divine all around us, in all living, all past, and in the whole of our creation. May our hearts know peace, and may our whole planet know peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And when you feel ready, open up your hands and your eyes and sprinkle out a little extra goodness into the world. Jai Bhagwan. Peace. Be well.